You ever wake up with pain and pressure and it's just immense, like through your sinus canal, through your headache, or your forehead area, and it's just immense. You take a Claritin thinking it's going to help. It doesn't help. All day long, you get more stress and stress and stress and stress. And it's amazing that you make it through the day. Honestly, that was my day. Uh, and as the day wore on, I could feel the stress in my neck and my shoulders, and it was just wearing on me to the point of I was about in tears. At one point of the day, it was pretty close to being in tears. My grandpa has been very anxious to get his stimulus check. I've made note of that several times. And I know that, it, having the same, he's older, okay? And for him, it's just like all of us. We're anxious to get that money in our account, right? We're anxious. We got plans for that money already, right? We know what we're going to do with that money. And we should treat our veterans with the utmost respect because some gave all. Never forget that. Some went over there and never came back. And what did they fight for? Our very freedoms in this country. Our I honestly think we should be saying Pledge of Allegiance each and every day in our schools again. We should be shouting from the rooftops about how some of our men and women went over there while their family stayed behind. And their family also serves. There's a beautiful song by John Conley, They Also Serve, that paints the picture brilliantly to what I was trying to tell you. I get so emotional when I get wound up when I talk about our veterans because my grandpa is so dear to my heart. And I was in JROTC. Didn't join. Uh, I had a lot of limited physical problems at the time, but in my heart, they mean the world to me. And thank you for all of those who have served. You don't hear those two words all that often, and I'm sorry for those who don't give you the respect that you deserve. And, it goes unsaid so many times that you all are the reason we have what we have today. And honestly, before anybody else got their stimulus check, and I watched the Stephen Gardner YouTube channel, and he had made reference to the veterans being last in line, and he didn't agree with it, and I don't either. The very first ones in line should have been the veterans across the board. Previous, still serving, still in. I just can't get over why we're making them wait. And I blame the IRS on that. Just saying. But anyway, he had a disturbing phone call with the bank, and the gentleman made reference to how, A, he was not going to get his stimulus, that it all had been deposited, and there's no more coming in. And that just upset him greatly. And it upset my day greatly, as you can imagine. But I tried to make the best of my day and continue on. Even though I still felt the stress and the pressure around me today, it was just immensely on my shoulders. At the end of work, Grandpa unfortunately decided that he could not wear his jeans that we had exchanged yesterday at Rural King. So we ended up back out at Rural King, and I had talked to the girl out there and said, look, I'm sorry, he's just wanting his money back at this point. And she said, I don't blame him. I understand where he's coming from, and maybe, when a few days pass or whatever, she goes, sometimes our temper gets the best of us. I said, well, today it technically wasn't his temper, but I said, I understand where you're coming from. And so she goes, I tell you what, why don't we just give you the money back, and at a later time he can shop for and get what he wants. I said, agreed. So we did that. Then I went out to Dollar Tree, got a few things out there, and on the way back, I would say we were at the corner of where Huck's gas station is. And here comes a fleet of fire truck, rescue squad, police, ambulance, all going. I mean, just going. That one ambulance didn't even have the lights on, though. That was ahead of the truck, the emergency personnel. And as I sat there at the stop sign at the Huck's corner, I bowed my head and I folded my hands for the person or persons involved in whatever they needed that personnel for, because too many times my grandma rode in an ambulance and needed personnel. And I will forever be grateful for the time that she had carbon dioxide poisoning. Thank God for the EMS that came in and worked with her and got her out of here. And I'm grateful for those years that we had after that. Anyway, it's been a rough emotional kind of day, and I just want to cut this video short tonight. So bear with me. Thank you for understanding. And next up is going to be Woman's World, April 12th, 2021. So please, don't go anywhere. We're going to do this but magazine review next. And that'll probably be the only magazine. And tomorrow night I'll try to get the other Woman's World done with y'all. And thank you for tuning in. And God bless. Just sit right there and stay tuned.